On the 24th of August, 2025, Shiloh Sanders' NFL dream came crashing down in stunning fashion. Just one day after being tossed out of a preseason matchup against the Buffalo Bills for throwing a punch, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers cut ties with him.
Buccaneers informed rookie Shiloh Sanders today that he's being waived.
The franchise officially informed rookie safety Shiloh Sanders that he was being waived, and now the son of NFL legend Deion coach Prime Sanders has responded in a way that nobody around the league expected. The NFL is often described as the ultimate proving ground, a stage where careers are made and destroyed in the blink of an eye. It's a place where one mistake can erase years of hard work.
He's my son. I'm proud of my kids, all of them. And I prepared my kids for any and everything that could possibly happen in life and in sport.
And for Shiloh Sanders, that harsh reality arrived when Tampa Bay made a roster decision that stunned the entire football world. Shiloh Sanders wasn't just another undrafted rookie scratching for a chance. This was a player who left his mark on the college game, piling up 229 tackles, 6 interceptions, and 7 forced fumbles across stints at South Carolina, Jackson State, and Colorado. His college career was a story of grit and perseverance, following his father from program to program, always grinding to carve out his own name while carrying the weight of one of football's greatest legacies. That's what made Tampa Bay's signing of Shiloh after the 2025 draft such a headline moment. When Deion himself announced his son's signing live on Twitch, the reaction was electric.
Be straight. All the Sanders are going to be straight, with or without football. You better believe that.
For a brief moment, it felt like the Sanders legacy was about to open a brand new chapter in the NFL. But in this league, nothing is guaranteed. Shiloh's contract painted that reality clearly. A 3-year deal worth $2.9 million. In the NFL, undrafted rookies live on the edge. Every snap, every practice, every meeting could decide their future.
The very first time. And it's really hard because think about it, Ocho. He's 25. I think he's 24, 25.
And at first, Shiloh showed flashes. During training camp, head coach Todd Bowles praised him as young, hungry, aggressive, and highlighted his potential on special teams. Teammates noted his football IQ, his ability to communicate, and his drive to prove himself. But in the NFL, flashes aren't always enough. Over 3 preseason games, Shiloh recorded just 4 tackles. Solid numbers, but not the kind that leap off the page when you're battling for one of the final roster spots. Still, he was in the mix until one fateful night against Buffalo changed everything.
Coach, congratulations. What was your reaction to the last play of the game?
You don't want to know. I don't use profanity, but I thought it.
On the 23rd of August, Tampa Bay lined up against the Bills in what should have been a forgettable preseason tune-up. Instead, it turned into the defining moment of Shiloh's young career. Early in the game, he was flagged for pass interference. Frustration boiled over. Later, in a post-play scuffle with tight end Zach Davidson, Sanders threw a punch. That single swing sealed his fate. He was immediately ejected, escorted off the field with cameras capturing every second. The optics were brutal.
It's the tight end, Zach Davidson. Swing Sanders. Right there. And a shove back.
That's not going to be good.
For either Sanders.
Here was Shiloh Sanders, son of a Hall of Famer, walking off in shame during a meaningless preseason game because of an impulsive mistake. And when reporters asked Coach Bowles about it, his words were sharp.
Would you say this Shiloh Sanders after that ejection?
I know you can't throw punches in this league. I mean, that's inexcusable. They're going to get you every time. Got to grow from.
He said, "You can't throw punches in this league. That's inexcusable. They'll get you every time. You've got to learn from it." Those weren't just words, they were the nail in the coffin. The very next day, as NFL teams rushed to trim rosters to the 53-man limit, the Buccaneers made their move. Shiloh Sanders was waived. The news spread instantly across social media, not because he was an undrafted rookie, those get cut every day, but because his last name was Sanders. This wasn't just another transaction, this was a symbol. A Sanders son carrying a legendary family name, being told he wasn't good enough. The story set off shockwaves. It wasn't just about football anymore. It became a debate about legacy, about fairness, about the razor-thin margin between success and failure in pro sports. When the cameras turned to Deion Sanders, his reaction was measured but powerful. Coach Prime didn't lash out, he didn't blame the league. Instead, he spoke with fatherly pride and realism, saying, "I'm proud of my kids, all of them. I prepare them for anything that could happen in life and in sports. We're praying he gets another opportunity, but if not, he already has plans. All the Sanders are going to be good, with or without football." That line, "with or without football," said everything. Deion wasn't just defending his son, he was signaling that the Sanders family had contingency plans, that Shilo was more than just a safety fighting for a roster spot. Behind the scenes, his agents Drew Rosenhaus and Robert Bailey echoed similar sentiments. They put out a statement stressing that Shilo was a good kid, respectful, immediately remorseful. They admitted the incident hurt, but they also emphasized his character, trying to preserve his reputation for another chance. Then came the outside voices. NFL veterans, analysts, and fans all jumped into the conversation. On his show, Shannon Sharpe cut deep into what made this moment so painful. He said, for the first time in 25 years, someone told him he's not good enough. Sharpe's point hit hard. Kids of star athletes often live in a bubble of success. Shilo had grown up in a world where doors opened because of his last name, where expectations were sky high. And now, at 25 years old, he was facing the harsh taste of rejection for the very first time. But not everyone was sympathetic. Antonio Brown, never one to filter his thoughts, went straight to social media and posted, "Whole Sanders fam gonna get cut out the league." NFL couldn't humble their dad, so they gonna do it to his kids. That sparked an entirely different narrative. Some began to suggest there was a target on the Sanders family, that the NFL didn't want Coach Prime's kids succeeding. And others pointed out the oddity of the coverage itself. As Sharpe noted, when's the last time an undrafted rookie getting waived was national breaking news? He was right. Players get cut every single day in August, but rarely does it dominate ESPN and Twitter. Sometimes a name is both a blessing and a curse. The internet did what it always does, split right down the middle. Supporters flooded timelines with claims of bias and double standards. Some asked if the league would treat a Manning the same way. Others suggested Shilo was being punished harder because of his last name. Comments like, "The NFL wants to humble the Sanders family on purpose," began trending. On the flip side, critics argued the move was purely football, that Shilo hadn't shown enough on the field, and that throwing a punch was simply unacceptable for a bubble player. In their eyes, he got the same treatment any rookie would. But the most surprising twist wasn't the cut. It wasn't Deion's comments. It wasn't even the social media firestorm. It was Shiloh's silence. For 72 hours, while every analyst, podcast, and Twitter feed debated his future, Shilo said absolutely nothing. No Instagram posts, no tweets, no "thank you Tampa," nothing. In an era where athletes live online, his silence was almost shocking. And yet, it might have been his smartest move. By refusing to feed the frenzy, Shilo left everyone guessing. Was it maturity? Was it strategy? Was it a sign that maybe football wasn't his only path? His father hinted as much when he said, "Shilo is a man of many talents." That cryptic statement suggested the Sanders family had always prepared for this possibility, that football wasn't the only card Shilo had to play. By the 27th of August, Shilo cleared waivers unclaimed, officially becoming a free agent. No team picked him up, though whispers emerged about potential practice squad spots or even opportunities in the CFL, where the Toronto Argonauts owned his rights. Some speculated about a reunion with his brother Shadur in Cleveland. Others mentioned Denver, where safety depth was thin, but for now, it was all speculation. And through it all, Shilo stayed silent, letting the noise swirl while he plotted his next move. So where does this story end? Maybe Shiloh lands on another NFL roster. Maybe he takes his talents beyond football. Or maybe this becomes the moment he looks back on years from now as the turning point that forced him to build his identity outside of his father's shadow. What we know for sure is this: in a league that demands toughness, discipline, and resilience, Shiloh Sanders just faced his first real storm, and the way he handles it could define the rest of his life. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown compelling, hit that subscribe button and check out one of the videos on your screen right now for more deep dives into the biggest stories in sports.